10 days with a Remarkable Paper Pro, and still I like it as on day one. It has its flaws, it's not perfect, but it's a device you should definitely consider. Whether it's better for you than other devices like the Onyx or maybe even a Supernote, which I cannot review at the moment because the new one is not yet released. And of course, I'm waiting for the big one. The small one is too small for me. So when this happens, maybe my mind is going to change. So far, Remarkable remains the king. If it's the right device for you, or if your use case requires a different device and you should maybe save some money and go for something which is better suited for your use case, I have tried to compile a little bit of decision-making help. Let's get into it. Now, after 10 days, for me it was exactly 10 days of usage, I'm now in the position to think about what are the criteria for this device if you want to choose a distraction-free note-taking device for yourself. Now, let's start with the obvious first, and this is from my perspective, number one, we can discuss about the system. So, the system is, of course, something we have to consider. When we go into the ecosystem that Remarkable provides, then there is obviously only a very limited amount of features, and this is something that many of you in the comments, in the comments of other reviews that I've watched, in Reddit discussions, etc., have criticized and are or have been criticizing with the Remarkable 2 already, and even in recent videos when there was the expectation that Remarkable is going to come up with something new, there was high expectation that maybe they are going to change it, maybe there are new features, and essentially they really focused on the hardware, but they stayed with their mantra of distraction-free simplicity. You may like this or not. I think everyone has a personal opinion about this, but it is as it is. And you have to understand what the consequences are. So essentially, if you want to go with Android, by the way, I am a long-term Apple user. Apple will never come up, as far as I see it, with an e-ink device. So that is out of the question anyway. So if you want to go for an Android device, then there is actually things like Onyx, Bigme, and others which I have not all reviewed. I have only the Onyx line. This is where I can really talk about. If you want to see, for example, the Bigme, also the one with the Gallery 3 screen, please check out the videos of some great reviewers outside like Kit, Voya, Branson, and so on. And they have all done these reviews extensively. Also goodread.com. Yeah, many. I am focusing really on this distraction-free productivity because for me, the main focus is not reviewing the device. The main focus is how it stacks up in daily life against the competition when I really want to do something productive. Yeah, I use technology and artificial intelligence both to advise and help my clients to make their life easier. This is true for private personal organization, if it's for private notes, if it's for drawing, if it's for reading documents, for reading books, or if it's for a professional context. Yeah, so that is what my company is about and what I am doing to earn my living. This is not reviewing devices. So this is the yes. Yeah, if you say I don't really care, then you may. This is either a no or a I don't care. Yeah? Then the question is, what do you want to do? Yeah, we have here, of course, the second line. If you really are into particular features of the Remarkable ecosystem, yeah, let's call it REM ecosystem, yeah, because you may already have Let's take green. I don't know if this is actually really green. I've never tried it before because some colors are, yeah, but it's very subtle and I think it's good. So if you are into the ecosystem, this is likely because you have already remarkable. Oh, sorry, this was not a good idea. You see, sometimes the live effect is not ideal in this case. So let's do it like this. You may have a remarkable 2. And if this is the case, if you have a remarkable 2, then you may want to stick to this. You may already have the subscription. You may have been grandfathered into the subscription because you purchased an early remarkable 1. So maybe this is for you. The second thing is, and this is also something which I take partially for me myself, and this is a little bit, I put it here in brackets, is Apple. Now, if you are fully into the Apple ecosystem, you don't want to go for Android. Yeah, some people hate it, and you may not want to, different technology, different platform, many apps you have to purchase a second time. You may need a second subscription if you use the same. Some may not even be compatible. There are a couple of apps I know because I use both, which have both cloud sync, but this one syncs with the Google Drive and this one syncs via iCloud, but they have no option to sync with each other when you have two different devices. So that's maybe a limitation, and therefore I recommend if you are heavily into the Apple ecosystem, then the remarkable ecosystem, both devices, could be appealing for you because they follow the same guidelines, the same philosophical principle of it just works, simplicity, style, and also it does extremely well integrate with the Apple ecosystem because it has mainly only one thing. It has its own app and that exists everywhere. It's also cross-platform, so that's for me also very appealing because here it's great. It works here. The $2.99 for the subscription per month, I think is okay because it requires cloud storage. So if cloud costs and recurring cloud costs are involved, then I also understand subscription models. If it's a one-time purchase and just because it's modern and just because companies have switched to the subscription system, then I'm sometimes also a little bit skeptical. But yeah, that's where we are. Now, if you don't care about Android or if you have this, then we come here definitely to a common point and have to see how this line continues. Now, the thing is, we have still a couple of choices here because do you want black and color? Yeah, then you may definitely go for the Remarkable Paper Pro. If you go for black and white, then the Remarkable 2. But there is something more. There's also size, which you have to consider here. Because if you want to go large, then this is definitely the way to go. Don't forget that this device is really significantly larger than its smaller counterpart, the Remarkable 2. So then we are here. There is still something to consider because if you go for black and white, then we have here, again, sorry for that, then we have here something where these two come again together because this is not only color, yeah. And then you have here a couple of choices. You have still a large device, which is again size, and this is the Onyx Tab X, which is significantly more expensive than this one. And I think especially in Europe, by the way. So there was one comment from a guy from Spain who told me that it's really by far more expensive to purchase the Tab X in Spain than this one. Maybe because of the taxes, because that is essentially from comes from Norway, and they have, of course, European warehouses. So that's for European customers, it's much faster, the delivery. This is why some of you have been waiting for this for a long time. And it's also cheaper. And then we have also, so that is maybe an option if you want to go big, but with Android, yeah. So you have definitely this here. And if you want still have only black and white, but here is focus text. The main focus for you is crispness of text, yeah, and no color. So again, black and white. Then I would really propose to look into the Onyx Books Go 10.3. This would be my go-to device in this area. So here you have it. These are my two favorites, yeah, and I really want to highlight them again. So for me, this is my first choice from now on for productivity. If I want color and size, and this one is my go-to choice for black and white and very, very crisp text. That's these two devices are the ones I am long-term going to keep. This is my decision that I've made in the last 10 days. The Remarkable 2 is probably a device that I'm going to sell. The Tab X I don't own. I still own the Onyx Tab Ultra Seed, which is also a 10.3 device, but it is in color. It has a Kaleido 3 screen, but there is no comparison to the color quality on this one. And again, if I have text, I go for this. If I really want, if I want color and big, I go for this one. So it doesn't fill any usage scenario anymore, and I'm going to sell this one as well. For the Remarkable 2, I have actually also a keyboard, the Keyboard Folio, because this is the only company, so for the Paper Pro and the 2, the keyboards are different because of the size. They are also selling a lot of keyboard layouts. And this is really very important for many because especially the ISO layout, which is the international keyboard layout with the big enter key, I switched because of development and brackets being available quite some time ago to an American keyboard. But what I struggle with always is the small key, the small enter key. I always hit the key above, which is the backslash and the vertical line. That is, I don't understand why this enter key is so small, because that's really, I was hoping that at least, the key sizes and the positions are all fixed for the staggered layout internationally, and then you can put any characters on it, and it's easy to also switch. You could take the keycaps off and replace. But this is not always the case. So we still have these two worlds we live in, and Remarkable sells many keyboard layouts in this key folios for many languages, which definitely is a bonus for international customers. So that's something you have to consider as well if you don't want to go for the US English layout only, because I also use the international layout because I of course need special characters for German. I also speak French and so on, so I need all of that. So that's in a nutshell. If we want to sum up, let's put it here on the screen. I am aware of that, improve my drawing skills. But this is my personal decision. This is also my decision tree if we talk about AI and data analytical approaches. It's very basic, but this is my decision tree. I would really recommend all of you to check out these devices, especially here. By the way, I think this is important. Remarkable gives you 100 days, of return period, returning policy, and I don't know if you have to maybe still some costs if you return it from overseas, from other continents than Europe, because I know if I purchase a device from the United States, import it into Europe, and if I ever, never happened so far, but if I ever had to give it back, I would have real problems to get the customs fees and so on back. Or I think it's impossible. So definitely it costs something if you want to return this. Maybe it's easier for you, but just have this in mind and try it out. Yeah, really take your time. Look at the screen brightness. Zoom it in. I mean, okay. Maybe you have someone who is better in drawing and has a nicer handwriting, but also have in mind that the strokes here on this device are also vectorized. This is not the case for all other note-taking devices for handwriting. Please take this into account. Do your checks if you want to compare it, because again, if you want to print this in a decent size, or you want to zoom in and take sections for, I don't know, a PowerPoint maybe, and do your presentation. This is really scalable up to the point where you see any imperfectness of the line. So please consult my other videos as well, where I show in-depth comparison about the color quality, about the crispness of the text in detail, about mathematical formulae, about the size, compared to the iPad and so on. Of course, if you have any further questions, I will try to do a lot of on-demand videos as soon as you post the questions. It always takes a little bit of time because this is not my main job. Again, I'm in consulting, I do trainings, I do productivity and business optimization processes mainly. But I love these devices and I think they really contribute to a better way of working. And I will also post some reviews of other productivity devices. I also love the e-ink screen because for me the outside sunlight visibility, this is a major factor. So I did not consider an iPad here. If this is something for you, of course, if you want to watch YouTube, go for it, fine. I even watched YouTube on the Onyx devices, on both of them. It works. If you're not critical with the video quality and are more focusing on the sound and the content, then it's absolutely fine. For a video on the go, that's okay. But have in mind, this is for me at the moment the best all-round productivity device, as long as you can are not reliant on any Android apps and specific functionality. There you have it. This is hopefully a little bit helpful for you. I did not include the iPad because the iPad with the Apple Pencil is, first of all, it's Apple ecosystem. So some of you may not like this. I'm in the Apple ecosystem and I own an iPad and it's fantastic, but it's a different use case for me. It's really a media consumption device. The Apple Pencil is a good idea, has been a good idea, but until they don't change significantly the screen and also the glass, even the matte finish of, for the latest iPad, there is also a matte and brighter screen, but doesn't help because if you use it outdoors, which is a main use case for me, then battery life is inferior. Yeah, you cannot really compare this with e-ink devices. And then maybe you understand, some of you may be significantly younger than I am, but I wear glasses. I'm 51 years old. My eyes are quite good, but they are not 20 years anymore. So I have some years more on my eyes, on the living duration of my eyes, and they are not getting better when you get older. So I am really interested in a device which is which does not stress my eyesight also moving forward, because I want to read for the next, I don't know, hopefully 40 years, maybe if I can. And this is something where I doubt that a backlit device like all of these Android and iPad screens with AMOLED and whatever, they are beautiful. This is no doubt, but it's not long-term sustainable solution for me. It's good for watching videos here and there, but yeah, for productivity, it's not for me. Now, If you are thinking in a similar way, regardless of your age, of course, yeah, then maybe you want to consider one of these e-ink devices. And if you're in the market for one, I hope that I could give you some ideas, if not a guidance, which may or may not be good for you and your use case. Again, I hope this was helpful. Please like and subscribe, help my channel to grow. And yeah, I see you in the next one.